So, here I am here sitting with Sasha Slavnic, and he wants to tell me a story about Francis Ford Coppola. I'm not gonna say anything about that name anymore, so I'm just gonna let Sasha go for it and tell me a story about that name.
Oh, Francis Ford Coppola, one of my favorite directors, decided to shoot a Godfather, and he found Al Pacino, and no other studio wanted to put Al Pacino in the movie. And Francis Ford Coppola said, "I will not take any other actor except Al Pacino." And he had a fight in many studios, and in the end, Al Pacino got the job. He got paid $30,000 for that movie. It was his first movie after the Needle in the Park, 1970. Couple of days into the shooting, the studio was not really happy because the movie was going over the budget, and they wanted to fire Francis Ford Coppola because he was a new director. And then Francis Ford Coppola won the Oscar for the screenplay for Patton with George C. Scott, and they felt embarrassed to fire somebody who just won an Oscar, so they let him make the movie. And Godfather 1 is one of the best movies that was ever made.
I thought that was the second part.
No, first part is always the best part. Always.
Second part is the best part because they went, in this case of the movie for me, because they went, so you have two guys playing Don Corleone, which is
But one of the stories,
Robert De Niro
one of interesting stories I have to say is that Marlon Brando, and I know that's for a fact, Marlon Brando said, "I will not play this stupid mafia movie." And I don't know, for some reason he accepted to take the job, and he was really not into that movie. He had people put his lines in the walls. He was reading his lines from the wall. And then 1972, actually, Marlon Brando won the Oscar for that movie, and he decided not to accept the Oscar. He sent a Native American girl who talked about
mistreatment of Native Americans
people in this country, and the whole
I remember
the
that.
whole studio was booing at her. So I have a huge respect for Marlon Brando.
They
what
weren't
he did.
booing at her. You mean the audience didn't boo at her?
Marlon Brando was one of the best actors that ever lived. He's the one that started the whole method acting thing. He's the one that everybody looks at him right now as a god. He is the god of acting. Everybody wants to be as Marlon Brando.
But there's no such thing as god of acting, but
Marlon Brando is a god of acting.
Okay, you can call him that. I wouldn't. But anyway, thank you.
Another interesting
Thank
fact I know in the first Godfather movies, remember that scene when when the Sonny drove the car, and there was that scene where he stopped, where he had to pay for the
toll.
for the toll,
Yeah.
where he got shot by a machine
He got
gun.
killed.
That was actually the most expensive scene in The Godfather. It was $100,000.
Well,
Any other questions you have about Godfather, sir?
no, I don't have any more questions, man.
Based on the book by Mario Puzo. Mario Puzo wrote this fucking book.
Mario Puzo.
Yeah, Mario Puzo wrote this book.
Yeah.
Directed by Francis Ford Coppola
Yes.
that makes wines right now.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Sasha Slavnic.
Thank you, sir.
That was his story about Francis Ford Coppola. Thank you.